everybody. Life lessons from the ice rink, number 47, or 4,567. So today I'm practicing forward cross strokes, or otherwise known as cross rolls, and backward cross rolls. Now, I've practiced the forward cross rolls many times. It's one of my favorite movements. I just love it. I get to fly. And I just recently started learning how to do kind of the same thing backwards, but it's not the same thing because it's totally different edges and muscles, and it's similar and not. And I really suck at the backward cross rolls. They're actually quite a difficult movement to get because there's all this leaning, and you're leaning back. You're going backwards on a sheet of ice, leaning back, not seeing where you're going. It's very strange. Backward skating, when it gets a little more advanced, is very strange. So one of the things that I've been doing is actually breaking it down. This is what I do all the time when I'm out here, is I break it down. And luckily I have an amazing coach, and she shows me she shows me like the details of every single movement and gives me feedback on all these different things I can be doing. So I really get the details, and my body learns from her body really easily and really well. So I coach myself when she's not around, because she's in Seattle and I'm in Boulder right now, and break it down. So I know that in order to do this backward cross roll effectively, I need to really get good at leaning. I need to get good with my outside edge. There's all these technical pieces. But so what I do is I practice a different movement, which is it's called backward outside edges on the line. I practice that instead. And it actually, I'm doing it right now, it actually totally strengthens and hones the movement, the muscle memory, the leaning action that I need for the cross rolls, but going backwards without adding these other elements that make it almost impossible at this point to practice it. And I do still practice it, but I practice both. And this is a lot of how my skating practice goes, is breaking it down. I spend so much time practicing my edges, because skating is all about edges. Story for another time. But I spend most of my time doing things that might look really boring to other people, but it's fascinating to me to see the details of how I can move my body and the intricacies and all these little muscles that never get used when we're not otherwise, I call them figure skating muscles. They're actually only muscles that that we really find and discover and strengthen during figure skating. There might be other sports, but for me that's been really interesting, having done a lot of things in my life. So how does this apply to life? Well, simply put, we have this tool in Access Consciousness saying that is this question of, what can I add to my life that would change everything today? And sometimes you're focusing on one area of life and it's not really working. Or it's not, it's slow moving. It's not, you're not feeling very good about, the progress that you're making. Well, oftentimes that's the moment where you need to add something totally different, so that you can actually, it's like you bring in a different energy, and it might be in a totally different part of your life. Like recently I've chosen some stuff as a parent that's changing my business. So you never know how all of it applies and how it all, gets created. But all you can do is just ask, what can I add to my life that will make my whole life greater, that will change this thing, that will, make everything that I'm doing greater, more fun, more lucrative, whatever you're asking for, right away. And follow the energy, go out, live your life, do what shows up. It's like with me with figure skating. I had no clue I was going to be doing this for a long time. And then all of a sudden one day, boom. So what can you add to your life? What can you add to your practice? What can you add to whatever it is that you're doing that may not logically seem like it's going to help, but makes a huge difference?